Is everyone excited? That's much better, much better. Well, welcome to our grand opening of the Wolfe's Den Playground. My name is Mike McCormick. For anyone who hasn't been here yet, which I'm pretty sure most of you have, take the time, go around, look at every single screw, every single board. For those of you who don't know, none of this, unless it's metal, none of this came in looking like this. Everything was cut by hand, routed by hand, screwed in by hand, cement poured by hand. Every single ounce of this playground was put together by blood, sweat, and tears of the volunteers that came out. We had 1,200 volunteers log 30,000 hours of time, of their own precious time away from their families to come and make this a reality. $700,000 plus in cash and in-kind donations were received to make this a possibility. There are 75,858 pounds of recycled plastic behind me. That's 466,818 milk jugs that are not in a landfill. Back in 1992, the original, the Kids Kreation playground was built was supplied and designed and assisted by the Leathers, who designed this playground as well. And with us today is Alice Pulliam, who's the original committee chair back in 1992, and I'd like to bring her up to say a few words.
How wonderful to see you all. It brings back so many amazing memories. And they saved the boat, which I placed a plaque on. So it's Kids Kreations 1992 original piece. So if you didn't know what that was all about, that's what that is. So thank you all for making this happen and continuing the dream that Monroe had for our children.
He's a member of the Monroe Playground Foundation board. He's also a member of the Monroe Lions. So please join me in welcoming Frank Bent.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to have been on Alice's team and 30 years later be on Dan's team. It's been a wonderful time. My wife and I originally moved into Monroe 45 years ago in 1976, and we've watched the town grow and grow and grow, and it is fabulous. And the efforts that were put forth 30 years ago and the efforts that have put forth recently have just been so magnanimous, and we graciously thank everybody. But taking my playground hat off and putting on my Lions Club hat, it was a wonderful chance for us to help continue over 70 years of service. I hate to talk about money. However, we have a check here. We are the largest donator, obviously. Yes, there are some regrets, and I know there's some members of our Lions Club who are a little bit saying, Wolfe's Den? Why not the Lions Lair? And I hate going to those meetings over at Sal trying to explain how this happened. But it is wonderful to have given $105,000.
And we can't forget about the Lions Clubhouse. The Tot Lot guys exist because of this donation. If it wasn't for this, we would have no Stephanie Depot, none of the swings over there, none of the surfacing in there. This covers that entire thing. So thank you to the Lions Club.
And this is just a wonderful addition to Wolfe Park. I mean, we have thousands and thousands of people that visit our park daily, participate in our programs. And it's because of people like you that made this park for your community better. So I really, really appreciate it. And we're going to have this for a long, long time. So thank you very much again.
And who I'm going to introduce now is Mr. John Stone, who is the chairman of the Parks and Recreation Commission.
Personally, on one of the volunteer days, I pulled in with my truck, looked around to ask somebody what I should be doing. They said, "Oh, you have a truck?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "Go to Home Depot and pick up 20 bags of concrete. I said, okay, no problem. Little did I know, each bag of concrete weighs 80 pounds. 1,600 pounds. Talk about sweat and tears. I'm sure I speak on behalf of all the commissioners, Teresa Oyar, Andy Sear, Don Barberi, Pat Tomczyk, Angela Lisi, Tim O'Donnell, Cynthia Giancaspro, as well as one of our ex-commissioners and now town treasurer, Frank Duchess, and of course our director, Missy Oros, when I say congratulations to all involved and a job well done. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming State Representative Tony Scott.
And I think it's a great thing to show what Monroe can do, the perseverance that we can do to make something like this happen. Hopefully, we won't have this conversation for another 20 or 30 years, that we can have the enjoyment that we have. Thank you to everybody that was a part of it, and I look forward to my kids and maybe grandkids using this for many years to come. So this is on behalf of myself, State Representative Tony Scott, Senator Kevin Kelly, and Senator Marilyn Moore, who also represent Monroe, for the Monroe Playground Foundation. We appreciate and recognize your hard work and dedication in facilitating the building of the Wolf Dens Playground. Thank you for your contribution to the town of Monroe and finding and supporting the 1,200 volunteers that assisted with the build. This playground will be cherished by generations of families. That is a place where you can come and interact, create wonderful memories. So thank you again, and thanks to everyone who worked on this so much.
I have certificates of commendation for several people. Many of them you'll recognize as board members, but there are others as well that the Playground Foundation shared were really integral to the team that helped build this. And it's just a small token of the town's appreciation for what you did for the Playground Foundation. So I got to start with Mr. Dan Keene. Mike Ganino. Lisa Keene. Jennifer Christo. Amanda Bean. Frank Bent. Julie Frost. Nina Gagnon. Tammy Julian. No, Tammy's here. Jeremy Rosenwig. Herman Oliveira. Josh Sternthal. Candace Boyle. Jody Driscoll. There she is. Teresa Oliar. Sopoling Tang. All right. Shiva Gundavaram. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. I'm sorry, Shiva.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Melanie Kohler. Leah Lane. Lisa Nyden. No Lisa. Kelly Plunkett. I know Keith Romano's here. I saw him somewhere. There he is.
There he is.
Keith Romano.
Man with the machines.
Jason Bean. Rob Hardy. Doug Keene, Aaron McGoldrick, Samantha McGoldrick, Matt Knighton, Rob Oliar, and Pete Rapicoli.
Rick Smith, where you at?
Rick Smith.
Rick, we owe you a citation. Get up here. My fault, not Ken's.
I thought you forgot. I used the list you gave me.
I know, but my fault, not Ken's.
It's all right.
Chairman and CEO of the Monroe Playground Foundation. Give it up for Mr. Dan Keene.
In 1992, hundreds of volunteers came together to build something amazing, a playground like nothing the town of Monroe had ever seen. And this past May, 30 years later, hundreds of new volunteers, and some of the original volunteers, came out to do it again and build the Wolf's Den playground that you see before you today. We started this project in September of 2017 with a vision and a challenge. The vision was a new state-of-the-art playground. And the challenge was we had to raise a ton of money to achieve it. We were a new organization, standing on our own. We had to convince people that we were in this for the long haul and that we were going to execute on this big dream that we had. Our fundraising strategy became creating marquee events and experiences in Monroe to raise money, recruit volunteers, and win donations. And that strategy led to the creation of some wonderful new traditions that have woven their way into the fabric of Monroe, particularly around the holidays. Light Up Monroe, our Holiday Lights contest, recognized by the State of Connecticut Tourism Board as a must-see event during the holidays. The Monroe Holiday Spectacular, the only show on YouTube dedicated to the holidays in Monroe, viewed by more than 5,000 people over the past 2 years. A drive-through Santa picture event during COVID. A Santa breakfast that fed more than 600 people this past December. Countless community dinners, partnerships with local businesses, virtual bingo nights, and apparently all of you really like soft pretzels. Our Super Bowl Philly soft pretzel fundraisers over the last 2 years raised more than $3,000. That's profit. $3,000 from pretzels. Mike, I think we should open a franchise. That strategy was successful. We made connections. We started conversations. We met donors, and we raised money. And whether you donated money, whether you sponsored something, whether you purchased something, whether you just cheered us on, you were part of getting us to where we are today. And all of that work led to something even more amazing than the fundraising. It led to Build Week. Thank you to our amazing donors. Whether you donated $1 or $100,000 or more, you helped make this happen. Without you, this playground is just a drawing. It's just a dream. It's just a wish. But you made it real. We built the playground!
All right, let's start it off. 3, 2,